Hi there, and welcome to this week's edition of Top End Track Talk. I'm Andrew O'Toole, and today we'll be having a look at this coming Friday's meeting here from Fanny Bay, which is the 6th of March. While the fields are not over big, the quality is certainly there, and a couple of races in particular were very tough to work out, the first being one of those. A total of 33 horses have accepted for the 5 races, and with all riders declared, it seems likely that there will be no scratchings at the last meeting prior to the feature St Patrick's Day Cup fixture on Saturday the 14th of March. Speaking of the St Pat's Cup, the day's opener affords the winner ballot-free entry into the $40,000 off-season fixture on Saturday week. The first in Darwin on Friday is the TAB Trobus Handicap. It's an average benchmark event for 3 and 4-year-olds, and it's over 1,300 metres. It is time to go at the mid-afternoon time of 3:15 p.m, and in the first, my numbers are 3, 2, 1 and 5. I found this race really hard. There's only 6 runners, but you could have tipped any one of them to win, and took a bit of working out, and I've probably messed up, but anyway, I'm going here 3, 2, 1 and 5. I'm going with the only 3-year-old in the event, Kalmar, trained by Gary Clark, looking for his 4th win in a row, this horse, and Jared Todd takes the mount. Gary's won this race the last 2 years with Miazza last year, who was a 4-year-old, the previous year with Patria, a 3-year-old, and the year before that, Delta Dior won this race and went on to Alice Springs to win the Guineas. This horse is on a Guineas path as well in the red centre, and over the 1,300 metres, a distance the horse hasn't raced over before. I think Kalmar, with 59 kilograms, which is a decent horse's weight up against these 4-year-olds, I still think it can be very hard to beat. We'll need to go well if it's going to be hard to beat in the Alice Guineas. So number 3 on top for me. Ahead of the obvious danger, well, they're all dangers in this one, but the obvious danger to me, number 2, Yulong Awesome. Paul Shires for Gary LaFoe Jr. Really impressive winning here last time in Class 2 company. That was on the 1st of February, won by 7.5 lengths on that occasion. Beat the maiden Stroke of Magic, but I think this race is certainly within its scope. In for third, number 1, Vernavalu, another last start winner, this one trained by Phil Cole. And Wayne Davis, it's great to see Wayno back in the winner's circle at our last meeting here aboard Smuggling. He takes the mount, won here on the 14th of February, as we say. Second up, but should race well again. And in for 4th, another one with an undeniable chance is number 5, Mr Boom Jangles. Good run last time out over 1,200 metres. The 1,300 metres should suit. And Paul Denton rides for Gary LaFoe. Toughest race of the day for me, 3, 2, 1 and 5, my numbers. The second is the 7 Darwin Handicap. It's the benchmark 76, also over 1,300. Numbers here 4, 1, 2 and 5. Now, looks a match race to me between number 4, Let's Celebrate, and number 1, Smuggling. Both race really well at this trip of 1,300 metres. Let's Celebrate on top for me, Jared Todd for Gary Clark. So looking for Clarkie to have a pretty good day. This horse was a last start winner over 1,300 metres. That was in 0 to 70 company. Got a great record at the trip, the 6-year-old mare. 9 starts, 5 wins, a second and a third. Races really well over the 1,300. Doesn't look a lot of pace in this race, and I think Let's Celebrate will lead, get its own rules and be very hard to beat. Got it on top here to beat the obvious danger, the top weight in the class galloper, Smuggling. He carries 62.5 kilograms here. Let's Celebrate has 55. That's 7.5 kgs. That's over a stone in difference. I just think that's enough to lead towards Let's Celebrate being the horse to beat. But you certainly couldn't bet against Smuggling. Wayne Davis for Phil Cole goes really well here in Darwin. Races here on Friday, and then we'll go to the weight for age 1,300 on St Patrick's Day. So it has to be in the mix. In for third, number 2, Pinzoo. Barry Huppett's aboard for Chris Pollard. Didn't mind its run the other day behind Smuggling, only beaten 4.2 lengths and on the way up. And in for 4th, number 5, Kefar. Interesting point about Kefar to be ridden by Brendan Davis. Great to see Brendan back in the saddle. He's had a bit of a hiatus recently, had a bit of time off, but he had just the one ride on Friday, and it's aboard Kefar. Great to see him back. 4, 1, 2 and 5 in the second. The third's the Science City Handicap. It's for the benchmark 54 gallopers. This one over 1,200 metres. Numbers here 1, 2, 5 and 6. Looks one of the better bets of the day here. Princess Leia, number 1. She was very impressive second up last time out. Bolted in by 3 lengths on that occasion. Beat Real Royal. So third up here on Friday. Terry Treichel takes the mount here. He rode last time out, and Phil Cole puts the polish on. I've got number 1 on top here. To beat the stablemate, number 2, Looking for You. It's been a little disappointing, this 5-year-old gelding by Astronomer Royal. Wayne Davis takes the mount. He has run fourth its last couple of starts. The 1200 metres again for Looking For You, and it should be in the mix. In for third, number 5, Tacitus, the maiden from the Clark stable. Jared Todd aboard. Second last time out behind Stratego was a pretty good run, and it is getting close to a win. And in for fourth, number 6, Telling Stories. 1, 2, 5 and 6 in the third. The fourth, the Asian United Food Service Handicap, a Class 2 event, this one over the 1100 metres. 3, 1, 4 and 6, my numbers here. Very impressive last start winner, number 3, Stratego, trained by Cherie Lawler. Good to see Cherie in the winner's circle. And Barry Huppert's, he's riding as well as ever, the old boy. He takes them out again on Stratego. That win was in maiden company on the 22nd of February. Stepping up to the Class 2, I think will take a power of beating again, number 3, Stratego. To beat number 1, a newcomer to Darwin in Pasito from the Gary Clark stable. Jared Todd aboard, hasn't raced in the top end, hasn't raced since the 18th of October. The main reason I'm going with Stratego to beat Pasito is the 7.5 kilos difference in the weight. Pasito was 63 and Stratego with 55.5. But watch Pasito, a horse that's won a couple in the southern states, has won 82,000 stakes, so obviously has some ability. In for third, number 4, Extraction. Carl Spry trains, Kimmy Gladwin in the saddle. Racing well, getting close to a win. Good second last time behind Vunavalu and should be right in the party. And in for fourth, number 6, Cinnamon. 3, 1, 4 and 6 in the fourth. And in the last, it's the Alora Gardens Nursery Handicap, also over 1100, and this one for the 0 to 64 gallopers, a field of 7 to face the starter here at 5:36 Northern Territory time. 2, 5, 1 and 6 for me. Number 2, Lots of Coin on top. Tayan Holter's having a great run with her team. And Ray Viger, good to see Raymond have a ride here on Friday. He's been up in Darwin for a few days. He's at trade school doing his trade, which is plumbing, doing a good job at it too. So he's just got the one ride on the day, carries 60.5 kilograms, so Raymond will be no problem there on the scales. And Lots of Coin down in grade. Last start in 0 to 76 company, finished a close-up fourth behind his smart stablemate in Eastwood. And that came off the back of 4 straight wins. Really improved horse, Lots of Coin, the 4-year-old, and I think he'll be winning the last. Got him in on top of number 5, No Alibi. Looks the hardest to beat this one over this trip of 1100. Just beaten last time over 1,000. That was by Tregoric. And hit the line really strongly. Another couple of bounds would have won the race. That was 1,000. The 1100 should suit. Jared Todd for Gary Clark. The stablemate of No Alibi in for third, number 1, Captain Apollo. Never goes a bad race. Kimmy Gladwin aboard and a good second last time out behind Twilight Manoeuvre, and that was after missing the jump. If it jumps away with him on this occasion, it'll be right in the mix. And in for fourth, number 6, the last start winner, and another one right in the party, Taipei Dancer. 2, 5, 1 and 6 in the last. Best bet of the day comes up in race 2, number 4, Let's Celebrate. Race 2, number 4, Let's Celebrate. Looks a match race to me, Let's Celebrate and Smuggling, but I just think with the pull in the weights, not a lot of pace on, Let's Celebrate for me. Well, the best roughies in the first, number 6, Recording to Win, the toughest race of the day, and Recording to Win could easily turn her form around. She was disappointing the other day, but prepared to allow her another chance. Well, that wraps up this edition of Top End Track Talk, but we'll be back again in advance of our next Top End meeting, the feature 6-race St Patrick's Day Cup meeting, which will be held on Saturday week, the 14th of March. Promises to be a great day at the track, so get your tickets to the Tab Pavilion and come along and celebrate everything that is good about the Irish. In the meantime, good luck and good punting.